and I hated sitting in a cubicle. I would have rather sat and lived under a bridge than work in corporate America.
But now you are corporate America.
Now we are corporate. It's different because I'm the top. So I get to tell people what to do, and I get to show up when I want. Thank you for having me. How's it going?
Hey, thanks for coming on the show. He just got back from Nationals in Chicago, National Card Convention.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. Eric, I'd like to start the show off with everybody the same way. What's your morning routine?
Oof, yeah. All right. My morning routine is my alarm goes off at 6:45. I roll right out of bed. I brush my teeth. We built a decently sized gym on our balcony on our apartment. I lift weights for an hour, shower, skateboard to my office.
I love that. Skateboard to the office.
It's very simple. I have a dog, electric skateboard. Take it right to the office, but there's nothing special. It's just brush teeth and go right and lift weights.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan of Hermosi, and he's not much of a morning routine guy either.
A lot of what I say, you'll feel like, am I talking to Hermosi? Because I've probably watched every video of his ever since he started. So yeah, I'm not a big morning routine person. I just lift. That's my morning routine.
For me personally, like, I've been into sports cards as a kid, and then I just really that sensation of collecting again came back recently for me a couple years ago. And there's just been a surge in sports cards we've seen over the last couple years, especially with the TikTok shop, the eBay going live, and obviously whatnot. When did you get into sports cards?
I got in August of 2015. So there's 2 high schools in my town. I'm from Wayne, New Jersey, which is like northern New Jersey. There's Wayne Hills and there's Wayne Valley. Well, in New Jersey, everybody kind of gets their car, like senior year of high school. There's a kid from the other high school that bought his own car with $30,000. It was a sports Toyota Corolla. And I heard about it and I asked him, I was like, how the hell do you have $30,000? What's the deal here? And he actually said to me, I buy and sell sports cards. And back then in 2015, sports cards, not like what it was today. It was still kind of big, but not nearly as big as today. So it took me by surprise. I went to his house. He's like, yeah, I buy these cards. I get them graded. I flip them online. And I was hooked instantly. And his name is Dylan. He was actually my mentor in the beginning that showed me the ropes and how sports cards works. But that's how I got in.
Nice. Yeah, so I just learned about the grading process a couple years ago myself. Like, I feel like grading has really just changed the whole dynamic.
Oh, it's everything. Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah. So, and it's not just grading. It's like there's grades of the graders. Like PSA is the number one, the elite grader.
Yep.
And then you got SGC and Beckett and all these other guys are like, cards go for less value based on those graders. Yep. How did you start to understand all the dynamics and have the confidence to teach people about how to really make significant revenue? So
this is where I'm going to start to sound like Hermosi. I mean, so I did it from 2015 to 2020, full time. That's how I paid for school. And when it was actually my business partner's idea, his name is John, it was his idea to start Major League Profits. It's the program where we teach people to do it. And there was no confidence. It's just, I've done this for 5 years. I know exactly how to do it. Like, I had confidence, I didn't. Like, this is what I do. It's as simple as like walking. Like, I do it. This is what I do. So there was no like confidence. It was just, I know exactly what needs to be done. That's it. So
yeah, I mean, like, you got it down to a science, because I'm part of the program. You know which rookies to buy. You got it all like, hey, you got it down to the player.
Yep.
How much the player is worth. Where do you drive those analytics? Like, how do you get those analytics? Like, you're like, buy Bo Nix, buy this guy, buy that guy. And I'm over here thinking, I'm going to buy Kobe. I'm going to buy LeBron.
Yeah, so, like, what I would say with sports cards, so, you could go out there and buy like a Mickey Mantle or a Kobe card, rookie, and just sit on it. It'll probably go up in value, right? But that's not what I teach. I teach people how to like make a consistent income every month. And the way to do that, it's usually a bit easier to do that with modern cards, players. It's like, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, these guys who are a little bit newer. So there's a few different ways we do it. So one of the main ways we do it, we actually have a sheet in one of our programs. So it's a custom software we developed using AI that pulls data from eBay, puts it on this sheet, and just shows us the best card purchases right now of cards to buy and grade. So we use software. Some of it comes from intuition. So like inside the program, right, there's videos that kind of lay the foundation of me taking everybody step by step. So like just from those videos, you can kind of gain a grasp of like who you should be buying right now. But also, we actually have an AI software that just pulls data from eBay every single day and just tells you what are the best cards to buy.
Wow. You know, for me, I got it today. I was chasing a Hulk Hogan. You know, I got the Hulk Hogan. It was a reprint rookie card with a Piet.
Yep.
I actually got it Beckett auto certified. I'm like, I bought it today. I really just wanted to get one off of because he passed away and I'm a big fan. But like those are the cards that come to mind, like that I feel like I'd chase. Like I'm not a professional sports cards buyer, you know, like people are, and I just saw that you pivoted to now add Pokemon.
Yep.
Which I'm 44 or 43. I'm going to be 44. And I have 4 kids. And I feel like for me, like Pokemon is a way for me to relate to all my kids. My older kids are into sports, but my younger kids are into Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of demand I've seen in Pokemon is like 10x.
It's crazy.
What I've seen in sports cards.
It's crazy.
And the amount that those cards go for is like millions. You know, you'll see a little like Poncho Pikachu card for like $20,000. You're like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
And a little kid buying it.
Yeah, Pokemon. So I am no expert in Pokemon. The only thing I know about Pokemon is how to flip those cards and make money. I can't tell you the history of it that much. I can't tell you when certain cards came out. I just know how to like buy these cards, get them graded, flip them, and make money. But yeah, Pokemon is insane. It is. So I actually started telling people, even students in my program, that 20% of your money should at least be going to Pokemon. Those cards are super liquid. There's a lot of money to be made with that stuff. And yeah, it's just...
How do you just know how to flip them and make money? How's that?
So I have a whole process for Pokemon cards. It's actually... We use software as well that tells us what are the most popular Pokemon cards selling right now. So in the past 30 days, what Pokemon cards have the highest volume of sales, which ones have the highest margin with grading them, and which ones are the easiest to grade. So those are kind of the metrics we go off of for buying Pokemon cards. And a lot of people don't like to grade Pokemon cards.
Why?
People don't like to grade cards in general because grading cards is kind of a skill. And a lot of people have a bad experience with it because they just don't know what they're doing, right? It's like you have to know how to look at a card, the corners, the edges, the centering, the surface. So most people send cards to grading once. They try it. It fails. They get a bunch of PSA 8s and PSA 9s and they stop. So, yep, most people don't grade cards, but yeah, Pokemon's a huge needle mover. Why the market's exploding, I don't know. There was like a Pikachu movie that came out a year ago. I can tell you that. But just like sports cards, just gaining a lot of popularity.
It's been popular for a long time, but the amount of demand I'm seeing is like unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So what, like, so you got into cards because of your friend from high school.
Friend from high school.
And then at what point did you realize, like, you need to convert your whole business to this?
To teaching?
To teaching.
Okay.
And to going all in on sports cards. Like, that's a big venture. Like, nobody's doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, a few people have tried, but it's very difficult what we do. It might look easy on the surface, but all the marketing and sales that go on behind the scenes, it's actually...
Everybody in sports cards knows who you are.
Yeah. Well, we run a lot of ads, so people see my face, and I see people all the time at card shows just staring at me like, I think I've seen that guy. But so basically what happened is, so I went to Rutgers University, which is a school in New Jersey, and I was going to my last year of college, and I decided to get an internship. So I was studying finance and statistics. Let me see what my school degree could do for me. So I got an internship going to my last year. It was some corporate finance internship, and I lasted 5 days. I hated it with a passion. I quit, and I was making maybe like $5,000 a month from sports cards. And I told myself, wow, I have to make more money by the time I graduate in a year because I could not get a corporate job. I hate this shit. So I started researching online how to make more money, right? I tried the whole Amazon thing, failed. And then I got into drop shipping and lost all my money. I saved up $50,000 from buying and selling sports cards, lost it all. I had a supplier in China that screwed me over, but I kept just chugging along, and my business partner and I, he was my old ex-housemate in college. We decided to move to Miami to just lock ourselves in a room and try and figure it out. And he said to me, it was actually his idea, he commented on a Gary Vee tweet when the pandemic started saying like, hey, do you want to learn how to make money with sports cards? And he got like 20 replies saying, where can I learn how to make money? And he showed me, we launched some ads. The business went viral right away. Then we lost all the money. and it took us about 3.5 years to start to turn a profit after that first month. But it was triggered from working in corporate America for 5 days, and I hated sitting in a cubicle. I would have rather sat and lived under a bridge than worked in corporate America. It was.
But now you are corporate America.
Now we are corporate. It's different because I'm the top. So I get to tell people what to do, and I get to show up when I want. But yeah, it's funny how it's full circle. Right now we have an office, and we have a very structured schedule and sales team. But it's different because the actions I put in, like more effort equals more money and more results, right? Corporate America, that's not really
that's corporate America. More effort, more money, more results.
Yeah, but someone's kind of controlling your income. It's just different. Also, it's my baby. Yeah. Right? It's just different. But yeah, it's funny how things come full circle.
You created corporate America.
Yeah, I am. I'm a product of it, unfortunately. I'm a product of creating it.
You created what you didn't want, but you're like, I'm doing it different. I'm making it fun because sports cars are fun.
Yeah, that's true. All of our employees have a great time. They're all, we have a great culture, and we play sports together and do all sorts of fun stuff.
Did you realize that what you're doing actually has a massive impact on children? Like, because I told you about this, like, you're here because me and my son bonded over sports cards, and we joined the program because, that's a way a lot of parents are connecting to their kids right now. And you saw it at Nationals. You're like, how are these little kids walking around?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
with
crazy.
$100,000 cards?
Yeah, I would never give my kid $100,000, but I realized it actually pretty early on in Major League Profits because our sales team would take a lot of calls, and a lot of people in our market are like 40, 50, 60-year-old guys in corporate America, and like 25% of the people would mention about how they're doing it with their kid. They're doing it with their young son. They want to show their son entrepreneurship. So I actually realized it pretty quickly early on. It's not something I realized would happen because like my dad and I didn't bond over sports cards. The way I got introduced was through a friend. But now I realize that it's very common.
How are you curating content for that? I mean, like you're like child friendly, but like there's a lot of kids are contacting you.
Well, I try not to curse. Number one in my content, but so our program is not cheap, but it just kind of it's like a byproduct, right? So we're in business to make money, obviously, and that's why our market, if you ever see our ads, we target people in corporate America, like white collar professionals, busy professionals, and it's just a byproduct of like a lot of them have kids that are young, and they want to bond with their kids, right? I'm sure I don't have any kids, but I'm sure when you're a dad and your kid turns 12, 13, 14, 15, the bonding becomes less and less. Yeah. And sports cards is a way to connect it and show your kid entrepreneurship as well. Because I think a lot of people are realizing, wait a second, college is $100,000 and it may not be worth it. So let me show my kids something about the real world. So I think it's just a byproduct of our. That's what
for me, like I'm like, this is a way for me to hang out with my kid and show him real business. Yeah. And the analytics behind sports cards are the exact same. The charts are the same as a stock chart or as a crypto
Very
chart.
Similar, yep.
They're the same. If you market movers, which is like you told me, to become a member there, it's like $10 a month. Those graphs are the same as any stock charts.
Great product. Yeah, market. Yeah, it's very similar. It's very, except it adds an element of sports, which makes it fun.
Well, yeah. So a child can read that because he understands that the player's out sick and the player's hurt.
Yep.
And the player's, got arrested, and then the players got 4 touchdowns that game. And those numbers make sense, but like when you look at a stock chart, it looks like baloney. You're like, what is going on? I don't understand any of this. So it allows the kids to interpret and statistics easily because it's relatable to them. They understand everything.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I wish I could say like my goal was to bond fathers and their kids, but it really wasn't. My goal was to, 1, not work for corporate, but then 2, I realized the way to do that is to teach people what I know, and 3, then I realized, wait a second, the people that have the money to pay me are people that have corporate jobs and they're the ones that have the most interest. And then
they have kids.
And they have kids, and then the byproduct of it all was they have kids. And now the program and the coaches, we're all very well aware that like a quarter of the people in the program work with their kids as well. So we include the kids in the Discord chats with the coaches, in the Facebook group. We let the kids in for free. So now we're very aware of it, and we try to curate it because like, 1, it's the right thing to do. 2, it's the reason people join. And hey, 3, maybe these kids 20 years down the line will join the program with their kids or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah, that is going to happen.
So, yeah.
That is. I wonder if you could, like, you would probably drive more business if you just, like, the message was, like, father son, or if you ran specials on Father's Day or whatever.
Yeah, we
Good thing you got your CMO here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We run a lot of ads with like saying something along the lines of like, hey, like you have a mortgage and you have kids and you're busy. Well, here's a nice fun side income for you. So we try to craft the messaging towards those people that are like 40, 50 years old with kids and like been going to college and work at a desk job. Those are our best customers because like one, they have the money. Two, they have the time because they're sitting in front of a computer all day for work. So in their downtime, they can go online on eBay and buy cards. So we really try to target people who work from computers in corporate America. They're our best clients usually.
Are there any competitors in your space? Like I haven't ever heard of any.
No, it would be, we've had like one or two people like try to copy what we do, but it is so, like I take this from my own experience. Like my whole 20s, all we did was lock ourselves in a room and just cared about growing this business. That's it.
Yeah.
And I started digital marketing in September of 2019, and I didn't turn a profit until January of 24. Wow. All day, every day. That's all I did.
All in. You know what? I don't even think you could get a competitor right now because what you've done different than what anyone's done is you've built a massive brand.
Yeah, and we have like 500 reviews on Trustpilot that are 5 stars. So it'd be very difficult to compete, but like the marketing, the sales that goes behind the ads and behind what we do is very complex to make this business work because like it's a very unique thing. Like a lot of these people that buy from us, they haven't invested in masterminds or coaching before. They've never purchased something online before. So it's very unique the way we go about selling and marketing this thing. That would be very almost impossible to replicate. So people have tried, but they just fail right away and stop. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't get it. Like what I do, and I'm not just saying this so people don't do it. I don't care if people copy me. There's a lot of people in this world. Don't do what I do. It's very difficult. It's nearly impossible. There's so many other easier ways to make money than doing, what I do. It's hard. But like once we cracked the code, things exploded.
Yeah, you cracked the code, but you're so consistent. Like I'll get text messages from you at 6 p.m. You send your mass text, hey, I'm about to go live. You went live yesterday. You're always going live. You're going live all the time.
Yeah, we don't skip a beat. Yeah, we're very consistent.
You're very consistent. Like it's unreal how often you're going live. You're doing your shows and then your coaching calls. It's like regimented.
Yep.
And that's very hard to sustain.
We run out. So one of the secrets as to why it's very difficult to replicate what we do. So like people just see like the ads and everything behind the scenes, but we have an actual physical office in Tampa, and like we have a great culture. We have a lot of fun, but we run it like a military. It's very regimented. Like we have exact copy and paste scripts. Like nobody deviates from this script. Like we have like when you work for us, like a lot of people in the world of remote sales, they are high ticket sales, right? Picture themselves working from a beach or like Aruba. We don't do that shit. Like you're working 9 hours a day from 10 to 7 of the sales team's hours, and like they are on it. So we're very regimented, and also part of what helps. So I live with my buddy, who's our CMO, who's over there behind the camera, and John, who's my business partner. We're all best of friends, and we live together, and we run the business together. So like that energy, it's like a nonstop mastermind. Doing all this stuff yourself, I don't know how people do it. Right. It's hard.
It's community and collaboration.
Yeah.
Like you live with your community, and you collaborate with like your best friends in your community all day long. You're over here just masterminding, figuring out best practices, how to market, how to get to the next level. I'm a big believer in the power of community and collaboration.
Yeah. We take it very extreme. Like so, like we'll like work out in the morning, work all day. Maybe I'll play tennis after or something, and at night while we're eating before bed, we'll watch a Hermosi video and brainstorm. And so Coffeez runs all of our marketing, the one behind the camera. But we take it so seriously where we just purchased a house. And part of the reason we bought this house is, one, just more space. But two, we have a setter who's going to eventually lead our sales team. And he's one of our good friends as well. He's my business partner's like cousin's friend. So he's like, we're all like into sports. We gamble. Like we're very similar people, all of us. And now he's living with us for free so we could train him. Just like we did with Coffeez. Like Coffeez, who's our CMO, he's lived with us for like a year now. And we do it. One, it's just a more fun way to live life, but two, doing things in person, it's just a rapid fire. That's how we're able to.
It's not the Zoom culture that
I hate that shit. I hate the Zoom culture, man. I can't do it. I like in person.
Work from home Zoom culture, like we never really believed in that at all. Like the production just plummets when you have the Zoom culture.
So the production is just so bad. And I can't blame people. Dude, if I was working from home, I'd want to take a quick nap, go outside, walk my dog. But I can just tell you from personal experience. So our appointment setters, the people that, call the leads to set them up for calls, when they were remote, they were working on average about 2 to 3 hours a day. We try to monitor it. We try to push them. Impossible. But in the office, 8 hours a day, right? For the same ad spend, you're getting double the production.
Yeah.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, in person, big part of our culture.
Let me ask you, what were some of the biggest doubts that you faced when you started your business?
Which one? Flipping cards or the teaching?
When you started the whole business, not the flipping card, when you started like Major League
Profits? Okay, so...
not flipping cards. I don't want to talk about your high school career.
Yeah. I was going to say. So, teaching people how to make money with cards. So, me personally, like, you get a lot of people... This is going to sound cocky and kind of terrible, but you get a lot of people that say, like, oh, like, I never imagined, like, I would succeed and make money. Like, I knew my brain was wired a little funny from the beginning. I knew I would make something work eventually. I never had doubts in my mind. People, like my mom, and not really my dad, more my mom, thought I was insane. She was like, go get a job. Like, she used to think what I was doing was just off the wall.
No one can understand sports cards. Moms, for sure, do not understand sports cards.
But she saw me make money with sports cards originally. So she had some doubts, but not a ton. That was the first people. The second people were the people in the sports card world. So, love them, have done a lot of deals with them. But people in this world of sports cards, like their baby. It's like their passion. So they're very sensitive about it. When we first started running ads and like posting content, I know everyone gets hate. I got so much hate. Like, it would be unbelievable. It would be unfathomable to see the amount of comments of people just shitting on me. So there's that, number two. But, like, once again, I didn't care because that's not my market. My market are the people not in sports cards yet, right? And then number three is just the average everyday Joe. But what's funny is those hate comments have, they never diminish. But, like, there's just barely any of them now, or very few, because it's very, you can't argue against all the reviews we have and testimonials because it's not really a product of me. Like, sure, I'm a decent teacher, but sports cards is just like it's a relatively easy-ish way to make money. It's not. I'm not teaching rocket science. But those are the haters. But honestly, I never had many doubts.
So you never hit a wall mentally or emotionally during the process? You've just been like, go mode, believe in it.
At 120%, because it all draws back to me working in corporate America. That feeling of hatred I had for it has just sparked a fire under my ass for the past 7 years or whatever. I never had, I have like Friday nights where I like burn out and I'll go to bed at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. But I never had I've never had a, season of doubt or like, we've had seasons where we've lost money. We lost $500,000 in cash in a 4-month period 2 years ago. But even then I was just in full throttle every single day. My brain's always been wired a little tricky.
That's how every successful entrepreneur is, by the way. They're all wired different.
Yep.
What's it like being in the spotlight of the sports card world right now? Like, you're the guy for coaching globally, probably globally. I would say definitely nationally. Like, in the mortgage sports cards, which is one of the most emerging businesses on the planet, and every eyeballs, eBay Live, Whatnot Live, TikTok Live, what other else is live? Facebook Live, Facebook Marketplace.
Yep.
It's like the most unreal thing. It's exciting, but you're at the epicenter of it. You are the face for coaching all these people. What's that feel like?
So it's funny. So I actually get this from Hermosi as well, what I'm about to say, even though he doesn't say this as much. But if I had a choice to like at sports card shows or like in public, people going up to me, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, hey, if you're watching this and you see me in public, come up to me. I'm super friendly. Like, do it. But like, I don't like being stopped in my tracks. If I could choose that the stuff on social media I do just stay on social media and not translate into real life, I would. But at the same time, I once heard Hermosi say this when he was like debating whether or not he should go into content and all this stuff. If that's the price you have to pay, people going up to you in public or people going up to you at card shows to make an impact, that's a cheap price to pay. But yeah, I love it. I mean, a lot of kids come up to me saying that,
They watch you.
They watch me. They flipped cards. They've been able to make money. The best ones are, the people that come up to me saying my free content has actually made them a profit that's affected their life.
You're a celebrity to kids, by the way.
The kids like me. The kids like me, even though they don't buy from us, but they do love the free content.
Yeah, my kid doesn't know many celebrities. He thinks you're a celebrity, like my personal kid.
I wouldn't call me a celebrity, to be honest with you.
No, for kids, YouTubers, social media influencers.
Yeah, YouTubers. Being a YouTuber is the new thing, right? People want to do that. But yeah, the biggest thing I get from it is when kids or anyone come up to me and say I've been able to make XYZ profit because I watch you on YouTube, which is great.
Yeah.
Right. Sports cards changed my life, and I like it.
You're a kid yourself, but you just don't realize how much responsibility you have.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I do act like, yes, you're right. It's fun.
You're like a voice to the youth. It's crazy. So just keep that in mind. Man, you got a powerful voice.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got a powerful voice. So it's good. God blesses those who have those voices and use it for good. It's I try. So keep that.
I try, and I don't sugarcoat it either. If you ever watch my podcast, I do all this stuff to drive traffic to my program so people buy from me. But in a byproduct of that as well is I'm able to change people's lives for free. So it's like a win-win. The more free valuable content I give out there, I do it for my business. If I could stay in the shadows, I would. Yeah. But it's just not part of the game I'm in.
There's no way. There's no way for you to be in the shadows.
Yeah, it's not the game I'm in. So
because the way your business is going to be built is by building your brand.
And that's exactly what we're doing. So we want to piggyback off of the Eric Michael brand to launch future businesses in the collectible world, teaching people how to flip coins and stamps and vintage video games and sports cards, which we already do. So yeah, it'll only get bigger and bigger. But
you'll get a Netflix show one day, like Golden did.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
You over here, you met with Meltzer, who's in that space. It's you're here. It allowed you to get here. And more opportunities are it's just gonna keep compounding.
Yeah, hopefully it does. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. So, what do you think what's your why in all this? What do you think is what's keeping you grounded, and what's your why?
My why. So, my why in the beginning was make enough money so I could just get Chipotle and pay for rent comfortably. That's what I always tell people. If you could get Chipotle and pay your rent comfortably, you got nothing to worry about. So I'm actually not a big, I've done well financially, but I'm not a big, buy a freaking Lamborghini or buy this, Gucci shirt or whatever. My why, I like the game. It's just I'm very competitive. I like sports. And I think I could grow what I'm doing into $1 billion play, and I'll never sell it. Someone could offer me, $250 million. I would have no problem saying no.
I wouldn't be surprised if you start getting offers pretty soon from eBay or somebody.
I get emails from private equity firms, a decent amount, but I'll never sell it. There's no amount you could offer me because if someone offers me 100.
If TikTok Shop told you to be the face of coaching people to flip cards, you probably would. They got pretty deep pockets.
Yeah. Well, do I have to sell my business to do that?
They would probably white label it under TikTok. I don't know how you would do that.
I would never. I'm not motivated by money.
Yeah.
TikTok could offer me $200 million, and I'd say no, which is way more money than I have at the moment. But I'm not motivated by it. I'm motivated by building something huge, which then in turn actually ends up being more money. But
Yeah, now with all these players, Whatnot, and eBay, and all these big TikTok and Facebook all doing this, kind of coming into this space, it's the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
So
there will be offers. There will be some big offers, I'm sure, in the future where we've found a way to make it pretty profitable. But, obviously things could change in the future. But as of what stands right now, I will never sell. I'm going to build major league profits into this huge collectible siding university type of deal.
Yeah, and I love to see that. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's exciting. The calls, although they're people all over the country, just kind of but they're educational. The kids will sit on a Zoom call with a bunch of adults. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's crazy. So I got a couple last questions for you before we wrap up here. What's a personal goal that you have for yourself and a goal that you have from MLP? I know you want to make it a conglomerate.
Yeah.
What's a major goal that you have for yourself and for the company?
Man, this is going to sound funny coming from an entrepreneur, but I don't do goals. I just go with, maybe I should, but I just challenge myself every day to do the best I could. As corny as that sounds, I've accomplished everything I could ever want. Like, I live in the place of my dreams. I'm able to do what I love every single day. I have an amazing girlfriend. I'm around amazing people. So, like, my life can't get much better. Personally, like, I do, like, I love my life every single day. And for MLP, I don't know. I don't have a goal. It's just help as many people as I could. But helping as many people as I could then turns into a lot of money. So, I guess my goal would be turn Major League profits into kind of what I said, like becoming side income university, like coins and vintage video games and comic books and learning how to make money with all those, all under Major League profits. So it's like the place to learn collectible stuff. Maybe one day have like a college type of feel, like an actual campus, like University of Tampa, where I'm from. Like they have an actual physical campus. Maybe that'd be cool. Turning into like an actual college for collectibles. Maybe something like that.
That'd be cool. You gotta dream big.
Yeah.
It's Jim Collins always says you just have to have a big, hairy, audacious goal, something that you can't hit.
Yeah, this is
that you want to achieve.
This is true. I mean, my big audacious goal was just make enough money working for myself, so I don't have to get a job. After that, everything else is house money. That's kind of the way I look at it.
And you're not stopping, bro. You're still in your 20s. You're grinding.
There's no stop.
I like to ask this question to everybody. When you're in front of the pearly gates, what do you think God's going to tell you?
Oh, what is he going to tell me? That's a good question. That's a deep question.
It is.
I think he would tell me you maximized your potential. And everyone has different levels of potential, but you maximized your potential. And you were able to help as many people as you could, which is a good way to live. You don't want to live life with regrets at the end, and so many people will. But I think he'll say you came close or almost to it of pushing yourself to your potential.
Love it. Eric, you've been an awesome guest to have on the show. Look forward to having you back. If people want to connect with you, how do they find you?
Just go to my YouTube, Eric Michael Show, or Eric Michael, or Eric Michael MLP on Instagram. One of those. Hit me up with a message if you're curious.
Dude, I'm sure they're all going to be getting your ads right now.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. Eric Michael, if you're interested in making money in the sports card industry or just educating your kids how to make money and become young entrepreneurs, you need to check him out. Thanks for tuning in, guys.